Hello, I'm Rick Barclay and I'm with Piano Clubhouse, and today we're going to learn the song Lady, originally recorded by Kenny Rogers, and interestingly enough it was written by Lionel Richie, and this was the early 80s, and this is during the time period when Kenny Rogers was kind of at the height of his popularity. Yes, he was originally a country artist, but transformed and basically crossed over as kind of a pop country artist, if you will, into the pop realm. Very much a balladeer, and that's really what he was kind of known for, was those ballads. And Lionel Richie, he was doing the Commodores at the time, and just really starting to get into his solo career and writing music that was being picked up by other artists and being recorded. So kind of an interesting little twist on how this song came to be and the players involved in the whole thing. And again, this was the early 80s, very popular ballad for Kenny Rogers. So, little history lesson there about the song getting ready to learn. And without further ado, let's dig in. It's in the key of D minor, of all things. This ballad is in a minor key, but it works well, though. D minor is this: D, E, F, G, A, B flat, C, D. Okay? Now, the first two measures, I'm going to show you what's happening, that basically it gets repeated a bunch and some little variations, if you will, on that piano theme. And I'm going to be combining the piano part and the vocal part here at the front. And then when we get into kind of what we're calling the pre-chorus, it gets into where we're full-fledged playing the melody. So trying to combine two things, because the piano part is very key and recognizable for this whole piece, and obviously we want to get the melody in there, so kind of a combination of the two at the front end. Okay, so the notes that are being played at the front is we're doing a little roll, or rake sometimes as they call it, but a roll is what we'll refer to it as, and it's A and D, A. Okay, and those notes that I was doing there was on the and of one, it's the A, and then two, it's D, back to A, E, A, F, A. The next measure, roll it again on the count of one, and then the and it's the same notes. Okay, that's going to be very common throughout the whole thing. So once you get your hands associated with that one, don't forget that. Okay. Now the left hand is going to be inching over in the right hand, so you're going to see me cross over in a minute. It starts off with a D, already up in a treble clef. 2, 3, 4. Now on the and of 4, you're going to do the A, D, A when you hit the A over here. And then you roll that and you hit the A again with your thumb. Okay? So let's try that again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Now we're into the verse at this point. Okay? And you're not going to have to do any more crossover ever again. At least on this piece. So now we're in for the verse. Same notes that we've been playing. Now this is where we're incorporating the melody, so it's D, A, and our left hand is going to strike a chord while we're playing the melody in our right hand. I'll describe the chord in just a minute, but let's talk about the melody. D, A, G, G, F, E, F, G, F, and then we're going to do the roll again. Okay, now while all that is going on, it's basically a G minor triad in an inversion, in second inversion. So we got D, G, B flat. And then you can go back to that D minor when you're hitting the D up here in your left hand. Notice it's the same notes. Now again, the D, A, same triad. So A, G, G, F, and here's where it's different information. So it's E, C, and then the melody note is going to be F, D, A, and then you hit the A before you go to the basically chord tones and the root down there in the D. We finally venture into the bass clef with the left hand. Okay, so let me go back and let's do all that again before we do this little slight interlude, if you will. Okay, so here's the verse again. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, and 2, and 3, and... Notice how I hit that A before I went down to the D. Why I was counting that time was because this is in 4/4, but occasionally we do have some interjections of 2/4 bars in there. And that was actually one of them right there. That was the 2/4 bar, and then this is one back into 4/4. Okay, now we're ready for the... Okay, no new information in the right hand, but what was different in the left hand was we play the D down there. On the and of 4, we do the A back to D. Okay? Okay, now here we're ready to... Your left hand is going to go D, A, and your right hand is going to go A, D. Exactly flip-flop to one another. And then you're back to that same, upward movement that we've already discussed what the notes are. Okay, same information, D, G, B flat. A little bit different now. So this was A, G, G, F, E, F, G, B flat, A, and then you can hit a D in your left hand. Okay, let me play that part again. Okay, back to the same. And that's D, A. And this is very similar to what we have already done. This is the 2/4 bar, so A to G, F. Now back into the 4/4, which was E, C, 2, 3. Okay, now here we're going to fully fledged into basically the melody, and we're going to do some chord accompaniment, if you will, and combining it together in that fashion. So it's A, C, this is a G minor 7 triad, so G's in your bass, F, G, B flat, D, 2, 3, and just kind of to help fill it up instead of just holding on to it. You can do different rhythms to, roll the things, arpeggiate in your left hand, 1, 2, 3. Now here's the melody note, F, C, B flat, A, D, C. Okay, now what that was an A minor 7. If we could just play it as an A minor, it'd be fine. And outside of the chord there is that B flat. Now this is a D7, so it's D, A, F sharp, and D, C. So here, we're venturing into some other aspects of key. Won't get into all the technicalities of it, but notice that F sharp is not part of the D minor scale. Now here's the melody, F, E, so this was a B flat major 7. You can play it as just a regular B flat if you want. So B flat, F, B flat, F, B flat, D. That's on count 2 where you do the F, E. That's an A minor triad, so A, E, A, C, and the E is the melody up the top. To the E to the C, G, G. And this is a D sus for 2 counts, so it's D's in the bass, D, G, G is the sus part, A. 1, 2, then resolve. See how the G resolved down to the F sharp. Now the C is part of the melody again, going to the G minor 7, so G, D, G, F, G, B flat, D, 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's the melody note, A, B flat, so it's an A minor again, so A, E, A, C, melody's on the top, there's the melody right there, the E, again, so C, A, and filling it up with the rest of the chord tones, D, A, D, F sharp, A, then we resolve it down there now. So B flat major, B flat, F, B flat, D, F, B flat, and on count 2 it's going to be what we call a triplet. So that's F, E, D, A minor again, now A, E, A, C, and then the melody was E, C, A, C. The sus again, except this time it's going to do the sus for one whole measure. Notice how I changed down, I shifted down to where I can get more meat, if you will. So it's D, G, A, where I was doing the melody up here, so I was missing the D. And where I was position-wise before with the B flat, it was easy for me to grab the D, A, D, and then as I'm pulsating, make it a little bit bigger by shifting down to do the Ds, and then holding on to the plain old D triad, D major, for one full count. Okay? Now let me go back and let's just do the melody, since I was kind of somewhat, I don't want to say choppy, but it was more so of trying to explain all the chord tones as I was building the whole thing. But let's look at it from the aspect, okay, rhythmically speaking in the melody only. So it's on count 4, so it's 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2 and a 3 and 4 and rest. 2E, 3 and 4 and a 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and rest. 2 triplet, 3 and 4 and a 1. And you're going to hold on to that 2, 3, 4 for basically 2 whole measures. Okay? And at this point, now it goes back to the verse. And this time, I'm just going to play through it. 2, 3. Okay, now we're going into the pre-chorus, which was the G minor. It's the same melody note, pretty much. Okay, that was a little bit different rhythmically speaking. So it's A, B flat, C, A, C, D, A. A little bit different rhythmically and also note-wise, but pretty much based off the same thing. Same chords.